Hi, welcome to episode 2 of Learning with Mrs. Perazzi. Today we're going to be reading another book. I guess I'm kind of doing a character study. We're doing Betty Bunny again, and this time it's Betty Bunny Wants Everything. This time we're going to do a story map. So if you want to grab a piece of paper, you can do it along with me, and if your answers are different than mine, that's fine. And then after the video is over, feel free to do the activity with a favorite book. If you don't have any books, we talked about this yesterday. You can go online to your local library, use your library card. They have ebooks. You also can go to Scholastic, every time I mess that up, scholastic.com, and they have provided free access for books. And if there's any, I'm sure if you look up too, there's probably some other companies that are releasing free materials this week. We also have a writing project today if anyone is interested in doing a community service project. So what you're going to do is I'm going to leave the address in the comments. We have an assisted living home, Jefferson's Ferry, which is in Setauket, and it is an assisted living home for elderly people. And what we're going to do is write friendly letters. Just make sure you ask your family members if you're allowed to do that. You'll write them a friendly letter, maybe tell them a little bit about yourself, and send it off to them. That way they have something to read, because right now in nursing homes they are having limited visitors, actually not many at all. So they probably would love a picture drawn by you or a letter sent to them from you. Okay, so we're going to start our lesson. At the end, I'll go over, at the end, Abby would like to read a book to you as well. So if you'd like to hang on for the rest of that, she just wants to share a story with you, okay? All right, so Betty Bunny Wants Everything. So today we're going to use a simple story map. We're going to use the simplest one that I have ever used. So as we read the story, we're simply going to write what is happening in the story, draw an arrow.
Math today. Math. And science later.
Simply what's happening with a little arrow, and then the next thing that's happening. If family members, you go online, you can put in story map. There are a lot of printable ones that you could put that say character, setting, plot, and they get even a little bit more sophisticated, so you could pick which one would be better for your child. Okay, here we go. Betty Bunny Wants Everything. We can also build on what we know about Betty Bunny. Yesterday we said she was impatient. Let's see if we find out more about her. Here we go. So Sophia's going to be my scribe, and she's going to write for me. Betty Bunny was a handful. Look at her, stacking the pots up. Actually, those are caps. What am I saying? They're hats at the store, right? All right, girls, come on.
I want to see it.
You will see it. She knew this because when she was at the mall with her family, strangers came up and told her mom, "Wow, that one's a handful." Betty Bunny knew that she must be pretty special for complete strangers to say such nice things about her, and she felt very special shopping at the mall with her mother, brothers, and sister. So right now, what is she doing? People at home, what's she doing? What should we write? What is she doing? Where is she?
I can't see anything.
Where is she?
At the mall?
Yeah, so at the mall with family. Again, when you're taking notes, they don't have to be complete sentences, right? If you're younger than that and someone's reading to you, just draw a picture. Kids, her mother told them, as a special treat, we are going to the toy store. You can each pick out one toy for yourself. Just one. I am going to get a bow and arrow, said Betty Bunny's brother Henry. I'd better get a bow and arrow too, said her sister Kate, who knew she would have to defend herself. I'll just take the cash, said her older brother Bill. So what's happening now? What could we write? So they went to the mall, right, with family. That's what Sophia wrote. And now what are they doing? So tell us. Tell us what you're writing. She's right, picking out one gift each, right? Or picking out a toy. Now, each of them have decided what toy they're going to get or what they're going to do, right? Money, one wants money. Who wants money? The older brother, Bill. Here's where Betty will come in. And knowing Betty so far, what do you think she's going to want? Let's see. Everything. Maybe that goes with the title. Okay, so here we go. We see a nice picture of the family. Betty Bunny picked out a little stuffed bunny that looked a lot like her. I like this, she says. Very nice choices, her mother said. Do we think that the story is going to stop here? Do we think Betty Bunny is going to be satisfied with that one toy?
No.
I don't know. Knowing Betty Bunny, we know she's impatient. And I also think she's a bit of a wanter, right? She wants a lot of stuff. Look at that. This picture, the cover, gives it away a little bit, right? So what'd you write? So Betty Bunny picked a stuffed bunny. Let's see what happens. If at home, try to predict what you think will happen, okay? Then Betty Bunny picked out a fairy princess doll. And this she added. She picked out a shake and rattle music toy, a techno monster figures pack, and an ultra blast rocket. And this, and this, and this, she said. Betty Bunny, her mother said, I told you that you could have just one toy. Uh-oh, she's going crazy. She's putting as many toys as she can into that basket, right? So what is she doing? Okay, so Sophie wrote, wants the fairy princess bowl, wants the ultra blast bucket. She kept writing everything she wanted. You know that's going to get difficult because Betty Bunny is going to keep putting things in. So you could simply write, she wants a lot of stuff, right? Let's see. She wants everything. But Betty Bunny didn't hear her. She was too busy putting more toys into the cart. A Captain Gizmo detective kit, a spin art paint set, and a slide and splash inflatable pool. Are we kidding? She didn't know what any of these things were and what she might do with them. But she knew that she had to have them. The little bunnies pictured on the boxes looked like they were having the most fun ever. Betty Bunny wanted to have the most fun ever. Now we know, right, as little kids and as adults, that that's what they do on boxes. They're very careful to put fun pictures, right, so that you want to buy them, right? So she's getting things, she doesn't even know what they are, but the pictures look so fun that she wants them. What do you think Mom will say to this? How's Mom going to react? How would your family member react if you wanted all these things? How would I react? How would I feel if we went to the store and you two wanted all these things?
You would feel crazy.
I would feel crazy. I would not kill them. No. No.
We're our own child.
Okay, so Sophia wrote she wants everything, right? She really does. This is for ages 8 and up, Kate said, pointing to the detective kit. This is going to be way too messy, Henry said, pointing to the paint set. This is meant for little bunnies who don't cry every time they get wet, Bill said, pointing to the inflatable pool. If you haven't understood or learned about Bill yet, are you starting to, right? Bill usually has that sarcastic comment, right, to his little sister. But Betty Bunny didn't hear him. She was too busy trying to lift a giant stuffed panda. It was 3 times bigger than she was. But she finally managed to get it balanced on top of the cart, which was now overflowing with toys. So what you could add is she wants everything. Sophia added she wants a panda bear. You could write that her brother and sister try to help. Not so much Bill, but wanting to help her pick the right toy for herself. Now here comes Mom. What's Mom going to say? Okay, so Betty Bunny, hopefully you can see that. Betty Bunny, her mother tried again. Maybe you don't understand. You can't have all these toys. Maybe you don't understand, Betty Bunny said. I want all these toys. Oh, you can't have everything you want, said Kate. But I want everything I want, Betty Bunny said. Oh, and look on the back too. That's a nice back cover, right? Same conversation. So she is not understanding. So what could we write next? What's happening in the story? What are they trying to do? What are they trying to do?
I love this book.
You do? What are they trying to...
I used to read it every morning.
Oh, yeah. What are they trying to say to her?
That you cannot have it.
Yeah. They're trying to explain. So we could write that next. Trying to explain to Betty Bunny that she can't have everything she wants. That's a hard lesson to learn, right, for some people. You can't be so greedy, said Henry. Yes, I can, said Betty Bunny, and she put 5 rubber balls into the cart to prove it. See, she said proudly. Is she forgetting she probably has no money to buy any of these things? Mom has to agree to buy these, and the older kids understand that, I'm sure. Okay. I think you have a little bit of room left right here, said Bill, pointing to a small space in the cart under the panda's left front leg. Thanks, said Betty Bunny, as she crammed a yellow dump truck into the space. Seriously, Bill? So Bill says, look, there's a little space right under here. I think here you could fit something. leave it to Bill, right? So she keeps putting things in. So Sophia keeps writing down things she's putting in the cart, how her family is telling her she can't have everything she wants, okay? Betty Bunny. Her mother has a lot of patience. Betty Bunny. So let's look at the picture. You see the picture? Okay. Betty Bunny, her mother tried again. If we take all of these toys home, where will you put them? Your whole bedroom will be filled with nothing but toys. Betty Bunny thought about what it would be like to live in a room filled with nothing but toys. The thought made her very happy. She picked up a 1,000-piece jigsaw puzzle and tossed it onto the giant panda's belly. It was so much fun that she tossed more toys onto the panda's belly and more and more. Henry said, "You better listen to Mommy." Kate said, "Mommy is very smart and she knows what's best." Bill said, "Keep acting crazy. It makes the rest of us look good." Bill does make you laugh though, right? So there you go. It says, keep making us look good. Keep being crazy. Okay, so are they convincing her yet? No. So we could write again, keep trying to make her understand, right? Okay, now we see, uh-oh, look at this picture. See Mom dragging her out of the store? This is not going to go well. Right? Okay, let's see. Betty Bunny's mother said that if Betty Bunny couldn't pick out just one toy, that she would get no toys. She paid for bows and arrows for Henry and Kate, and she gave Bill his cash. Then she scooped Betty Bunny up and started to walk out of the store. That's a big event, right? Out of the store. So Sophia could write that. Mom takes her out of the store. Betty Bunny saw the cart filled with her new toys as they walked away, leaving it behind. She started to cry, then she started to scream, then she started to kick her legs wildly. This sounds very familiar, right? What is she having?
A tantrum.
Yeah, didn't she have one last time? Yeah, when did she have one last time in the last book?
When
she couldn't have chocolate cake.
Right, she couldn't have chocolate cake. When she doesn't get what she wants, right?
she got a tantrum.
She gets a tantrum, right. So again, she's not very patient here. She's a very impatient character, we could still say, right? All right, let's go on. She cried all the way home. Now, good for her, right? Good for Mom. Mom didn't say, nope, you can't have all these things, right? And Mom was being super nice, saying, everyone gets something, right? I think, as a mom. Maybe as a kid, you don't agree. And she was still crying when her father came home from work. "What's the matter with my little bunny?" he asked. "I have the meanest mommy in the whole world," Betty Bunny answered. And she explained all about how she had picked out a few very nice toys at the toy store, and her mean, horrible, yucky mommy wouldn't let her have any of them. Well, I think you're kind of not telling the whole truth, Betty Bunny. So the next thing we could write is what? We could write that she tells her father, right, about her mom not letting her have toys, right? So tells Dad. Betty Bunny watched. So look, they're all sitting down together. Watched as her father walked over and talked to her mother. Betty Bunny hoped that her father was saying, "Stop being so mean and horrible and yucky and give my little bunny all the toys she wants." She tried to listen to what he was saying, but it was hard to hear of the sound of her crying. And she was afraid that if she stopped crying, they would forget how much she really, really wanted those toys. Can you guess what the parents are saying right now? Take a minute and guess. What do you think the parents are saying? Is the dad saying to the mom that you are a yucky, mean mom for not buying gifts?
No.
No, what do you think she's saying? He's saying to her.
That is very smart by not letting my little bunny not have everything.
Exactly. I think Dad is probably agreeing with Mom on this one. Finally, her mother and father walked over to her. They were smiling. Betty Bunny stopped crying. Her father said, "Betty Bunny, we have an idea." Betty Bunny started crying again. "I don't want an idea," she said through her tears. "I want toys." So now they're coming up with an idea. So her mother and father showed her the idea. The whole family went back to the toy store. I don't know if I would have taken my kids back to the toy store. I may have been done by now. I'm going to be nope with the temper tantrum you threw, right? Betty Bunny's mother gave her some money. "This is your money," she says. "You can spend it on whatever toys you want, but when you run out of money, you can't get any more." Her father explained, "It will help you understand why you can't have everything you want." So what's their next idea? Tell us the idea they have. At home, you're thinking, right? What's the idea that Dad presents? What does he say?
You could use all the money that they gave you.
Yeah, you're going to get a bit of money, and once it's out, it's out. Will this help Betty Bunny? I don't know. Let's see. Betty Bunny looked at her new money. She liked it very much. But if I use my money to buy toys, she says, then I won't have my money anymore. That's the way money works, said Henry. You could use some of the money and save some of the money, Kate suggested. Of course, what does he say? Sophia. You could just give all the money to me. Then you won't have to worry about this very tricky problem, Bill said. Okay. So we could write that parents gave the money, right? And Sophia likes to write. So hers is going to be maybe more lengthy than yours.
And then she's
right?
going to yell at him, I'm not giving you my money.
Oh, I love Betty. Look at this one. Betty Bunny made a decision. She saved some of the money and used the rest to buy the little stuffed bunny that looked a lot like her. I'm going to name her Little Betty, she said.
Little Betty.
And all looks good until we look at this page. Her father went to stand in line so Betty Bunny could pay for the little Betty. Betty Bunny got out a shopping cart and started to fill it with toys. What is she doing? So she picked out a little bunny and then got a shopping cart and started filling it. She put in the Shake and Rattle music set, the Techno Monster Figures pack, and the Ultra Blast rocket. She put in the Captain Gizmo Detective Kit, the Spin Art paint set, and the Slide and Splash inflatable pool. Siri, what didn't she understand? Did she not understand what her parents said? Did she understand what her parents said?
No.
She did not. As she was putting in the giant stuffed panda, her mother said, "What are you doing? I thought you understood you can't have everything." And what do you think she said? Don't give it away if you know it.
I don't
What
know,
do you-
but I'm gonna predict.
What?
Maybe these aren't for me. These are for my bunny.
Oh, they're not for me, Betty Bunny said. Little Betty wants them, and I can't get her to understand that it's just too much. Maybe you can give her some money too. Okay, so what we did was we simply read the story, and as we read, we put down details or things that were happening in the story that were important, right? If we were to go through this, we probably wrote a little extra more than we needed to, right? But that's okay. Sophia really likes to write. If at home you want to use a different kind of story map, you can simply go online and print one out. Or if you don't have a printer, you can just write down what you see. So a lot of story maps have character, setting, plot, beginning, middle, end. Any of those things are really good for stories. Okay, so I'm also going to leave you the address. The address is going to be put as a comment for the senior assisted living facility if you'd like to write a card or draw a picture and mail it to them, okay? Think of it as your community service project, okay? Abby is going to read that one short story. Nope. No, the other one that you had. All right, well, we'll come back on later, and Abigail will share her story with you, okay? All right, talk to you later. Bye.